Welcome back, everybody, to the Johnny Guitar channel. Today we are playing Fallout New Vegas DLC Challenge. We're here with Brutal Jane, and let's clear some things up with the challenge. I think I've been a little vague, or I don't know. Anyways, we have to complete all 4 DLCs. We cannot take anything from the Mojave into any of the DLCs, and I'm gonna say this like this. I think we have to the items I get here in this particular DLC, Honest Hearts, I can only use within this DLC. Meaning, when I go to my next DLC, I have to arrive naked as the day I was born. No weapons, no armor, nothing but the Vault 13 canteen. That's the one thing I'm allowing myself to bring into every DLC. Vault 13 canteen.
Are all those taboo places without the other scouts yelling at me?
We started here in Honest Hearts in the last episode, and we were level 2 when we first entered this DLC. So the one thing we'll be bringing with us to each subsequent DLC is going to be my level, my experience points, and whatever perks I've chosen. That's about it. Unless I get permanent buffs from specific... Are there permanent buffs I could get here in Zion? There might be. Something to do with a Yao Guai, maybe? I don't know. I have a feeling that there is some sort of permanent buff we may be able to get here in this DLC. But we'll see. Anyways, you guys, thank you for watching the Johnny Guitar channel. I love Fallout New Vegas. It's my favorite game. But check out the channel because I also play Oblivion. I also play Skyrim. I also play Baldur's Gate 3, Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard, Morrowind, and much more. Check out the Johnny Guitar channel. I also make videos of my dogs because they're my best friends and I love them. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Today, here on the DLC challenge in Honest Hearts, we're going to be meeting up with Joshua Graham. There's not a ton of side quests that I care to do in this particular DLC, so we're kind of just going to be blasting our way through the main quest with a little bit of deviation. Thank you for watching Johnny Guitar.
Is there really a giant thunder lizard people live inside?
What am I doing with my life? Okay, let's go meet Joshua Graham, the burned man, for the first time. And even though we're blasting through some of these DLCs, I won't be skipping dialogue because I really enjoy the lore that you can learn from these particular DLCs. I think Fallout New Vegas has the best DLCs of any Fallout game. Thank you for watching Johnny Guitar. Let's do it. Fallout New Vegas DLC Challenge.
Hoi, Auslander Zuka Joshua Graham. You know our tongue. Smart, Auslander. Joshua in high place of cave. You show respect, Utman. Joshua is greatest warrior. You show him no respect. He show you thunder and fire. You wise for Auslander.
We should have given you a better welcome on your first visit to Zion. But from what I hear, the Whitelegs beat us to it. Whitelegs seem to be the only visitors we have these days. And I wouldn't have expected anyone from the Mojave to come looking for us. And you're a courier, no less. Not the one I was expecting, but I suppose he wouldn't have come with a caravan. I don't know if you were close to the other members of your group, but you have my sympathy. I pray for the safety of all good people who come to Zion, even Gentiles. But we can't expect God to do all the work. Happy trails. I remember. They were good friends. I have bad news for your employers. New Canaan was destroyed, its citizens scattered. All because of the Whitelegs. And Caesar, of course. The Whitelegs want to join the Legion. Caesar's rite of passage is the destruction of the New Canaanites, almost assuredly because of me. The good news is that we can help you find your way back. Daniel, one of the other New Canaanites, has made many maps of the region. The bad news is that we can't help you right now, not with everything that's going on. There are many reasons why that would be a bad idea. I will illuminate 3. First, do not believe that because Daniel is a missionary, he is incapable of or unwilling to defend himself. Second, if you harm Daniel or any of the sorrows or dead horses, I will find you. Make no mistake. God willing, you will not leave this valley. Lastly, waging war against good people is bad for the soul. This may not seem important to you now, but it's the most important thing I've said. You're a good neighbor to us. We all go through periods of darkness. In such times, we can turn to the Lord, but it's good to have friends. Daniel and I need pre-war tools to help us navigate beyond Zion. Should we need to evacuate, these instruments will be vital to us. Normally, we would have some of the dead horses or sorrows look for them. But many pre-war buildings in the valley are taboo. They won't go inside. We are responsible for leading and protecting the sorrows and dead horses. They are smart people, but not as worldly as you or I. I am preparing the dead horses for war. And Daniel is preparing the sorrows for other things. Thank you. Follows Chalk can help you find your way around the valley. He's inexperienced, but he knows enough of our language to ignore the taboos about pre-war buildings. Welcome back. What can I do for you? Caesar would never admit this openly, but he knows that I'm alive. I've killed enough of his frumentarii and assassins that have come looking. I've heard one of them travels the Mojave as a courier. Most of Caesar's agents meet a fitting end in NCR territory, but maybe this one survived. I am a New Canaanite. We believe we are the heirs of a spiritual tradition, given to our ancestors thousands of years ago. We have made and kept covenants with our Lord God to honor his laws. In exchange, we are promised eternal salvation after this life. A day will come when our Lord returns to judge us all. Until then, we must honor his laws and start others along the path of salvation if we can. That's why we trade with others and work the tribes. We have more than food and medicine to offer. Good news is our most valuable commodity. Whether there is a god or not, his existence doesn't depend on what you believe or what I say. There is much to be skeptical of in this world, so it no longer surprises me to learn how many people don't really believe in anything. But I believe that our Lord was made flesh as Jesus Christ and died to redeem me, and you, and the sorrows, even the Whitelegs, everyone. In the Great Basin and Colorado Plateau, all tribes are known for a specific weapon. Whitelegs are known for their big submachine guns, storm drums. They broke into an armory near Spanish Fork and have been using them for years. Of course, the dead horses have their wooden war clubs, and even the sorrows have their Yao Guai gauntlets. This type of .45 automatic pistol was designed by one of my tribe almost 400 years ago. Learning its use is a New Canaanite rite of passage. A great deal. There are 3, make that 4, tribes here in Zion. You've already met the Whitelegs on the way in. In this camp, you'll find dead horses. In the Narrows, the Sorrows. And finally, there's Daniel and myself. We're New Canaanites. They attack everyone who isn't a Whiteleg, especially caravans. They don't know how to survive on their own, so they have to raid. But as for why they are here, they are trying to wipe us out. All of us. They want to join Caesar's legion, and they can only prove their worth by destroying the New Canaanites and everyone we shelter. Most don't. It's been hundreds of years since the war. They've developed their own languages. Take the dead horses. We think they were originally refugees from a place called Rez, east of the Grand Canyon. They speak a combination of Rez and a language spoken by travelers who were visiting Rez when the bombs fell. Over time, the 2 languages blended. I was a translator years ago, but it's hard to keep up with all of the tribal variations. We wear more clothing than them and understand more about technology, but we're still a tribe, a linked family of families. The Boneyard, Phoenix, New Vegas, they're just places, metal and stone. New Canaan dies, but the tribe lives on. When the walls come tumbling down, when you lose everything you always have family. And your family always has tribe. Of course. We do. Though the Whitelegs destroyed New Canaan, they didn't destroy all of our supply caches. All forms of currency are recognized here. Caps, NCR dollars, even Legion coin. Take a look. Right now, I'd like you to focus on helping Daniel. Maybe there will be time later. Let me have a look. My tribe may take too much pride in its mechanical talents, but in truth, we are intrigued by the workings of a fine firearm. Yes, take a look. God be with you.
Way I heard it, salt upon wounds butchered everyone in New Canaan. And nailed their corpses to the cliffs. Ah, the Eastern Virgin. What's the phrase? House, sweet house. Like the shadow of a ghost. So I finally get to explore all those taboo places without the other scouts yelling at me? Can't wait.
ninkumpam. You can no ninkumpami.
Been nice. When Zion was friendly enough, folks could make camp wherever they pleased, and not worry about whitelegs and deadly critters. Whoa! Here we go! Gotcha! Gotcha! Well, that's that then. Good as new. That compass thing always knows where north is, huh? Even if it... See the stars? Gotcha! For as long as I remember. The dead horses have thought that places of the old world were taboo. Doesn't look so spooky to me.
you!
Gotcha! Way I heard it, salt upon wounds butchered everyone in New Canaan and nailed their corpses to the cliffs. Never stood a chance, did they? Just what the medicine man... Fighting time! There can't really be a place where people go into big buildings and give away all their money just to watch someone flip paper squares on a table. Bet they don't have anything as nasty as Yao Guai out where you come from, huh? Those, what did you call them? Walkie-talkies? Those are going to be loads better than signal drums and smoke signs. Whoa! Here we go! That come past. This thing always knows where north is, huh? Even if it can't see the stars? Here we go! That back when medicine smells funny. Guess it works, though. The Narrows up ahead. That's the Sorrows territory. They're peaceful enough, but you don't want to make them mad. What can I tell you? Let me tell you a story. When I was a boy, a man came through the valley with one of the caravans. Tall man, big mustache, carried a guitar. I asked what he did for his living, and the interpreter told me he was a singer. "What is that?" I asked. The man explained that he went from place to place and sang for people, who gave him food and shelter and care in return. I couldn't believe that there was a place in this world where a man could do that. I promised myself then that one day I'd explore that world myself. I haven't told him yet. Never had the growins. You'd do that? Sure. Sounds smart to me. He might not get so mad at you. Mostly it's the mountain bighorners. Whole herd of them up on the cliffs there. Usually they're not too aggressive, but lately, whew. My guess is one of the calves got lost somewhere along the way. Bighorners are communal. One missing calf, and the whole herd gets ornery. If that calf doesn't turn up soon, they might very well come down into the valley and attack the camp. Oh, sure. That's just what the hunters said. Well, I guess let me know if you change your mind. What can I tell you? He's been the chief of our tribe since he came back to the valley. He went off to the civilized world years ago to fight a war. That didn't go well. Well, before he left, he didn't have those bandages all over his face. That tell you something? I don't know. He doesn't talk about it much. Maybe. But how can two civilized tribes fight over something as small as a dam? Ha! Really? That's... my gods. Must be some mighty civilized folks who built that. Now you sound like Joshua. He always tells me that tribal life is better, that I should stay here and forget the outside world. Ask away. Go with fortune, friend.
You are the one Joshua Graham sent to us. Blessings of the Father in the cave on you. Daniel is waiting for you. Daniel is a wise man and a great friend to the Sorrows. He taught me to speak the language of New Canaan, the English from the holy books. Yes, the language of the New Canaanites is the holy tongue, for it is the language their sacred books are written in. The Father in the caves brought it to them after the judgment, but the ancestors of the Sorrows sinned against him. They were denied the true tongue. 6 years. He attended the birth of my third child. It was a hard birth. The river nearly carried my water to the Father, and my child's with it. Daniel knew the ways of New Canaan's medicine. He stepped in and saved both of our lives. After the birth, I asked Daniel if he would teach me what he knew of childbirth. He agreed, And so here I am. What would you speak of? Waking Cloud is my name. I am midwife to the Sorrows. It sounds ill-omened, no? Midwife to Sorrows? The children and the old have already been evacuated from the camp. They are safe enough, unless the Whitelegs come for us in force. What would you speak of? Have you not heard of the god of the New Canaanites? He is our protector and our judge. He helped our ancestors find their place here in Zion. He gave us many gifts, but we are not to seek him out. His caves are forbidden to us. Those who seek them out are taken from us. Perhaps you do not fully understand the New Canaanites. I have seen the Father's images. His holy bride and holy son were given unto the world to save it. They dwelt in the caverns of the mountains, caverns which can still be seen today. The people sinned against him, and were punished with the end that came in fire and the loss of the holy tongue. Only the New Canaanites were spared. I'm sure Daniel could tell you more. His knowledge of the Father is greater than my own. Then I will look forward to our next speaking.
Why do you carry all those bottle caps anyway?
The dead horse has told me details about the attack on your caravan. A stranger's sympathy might not count for much, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry. The Sorrows will mourn your friends too. They mourn everyone, even the Whitelegs. They have sensitive souls. Innocent, if there is such a thing. In spite of what's happened, I hope that Joshua and I can help you out of here. But to be frank, we need your help too. I used to help the Sorrows with various medical problems and general issues they were having, but my bishop sent me here as a missionary. We New Canaanites believe that there is a path to salvation for everyone, and it's important that we set people on that path if they are willing. Yeah. Bishop Mordecai is... Sorry. Mordecai was my bishop. He was killed by Whitelegs during the attack on New Canaan. He was responsible for our congregation there. I don't know who my next bishop will be, but that's a problem for tomorrow. There are plenty of troubles here for us today. Look, I've got a lot to do here. My personal relationship, it's not important right now. Can't see how it concerns you anyway. Thanks. What would you like to know? It's not a subject I'm fond of discussing. It's over and done with anyway. Why are you so interested? True enough. We can't escape it no matter how hard we try. Best we can do is own up. Trust in the Lord to forgive. Joshua was gone. So were a lot of the other new Canaanites. Whitelegs must have been watching for a long while, counting who remained. We didn't think the Whitelegs were a real threat. Maybe it was overconfidence. Maybe sloth. Either way, we didn't see them coming. They attacked at night. They killed without regard to age or infirmity, armed or unarmed. They beat children to beat them to death in their beds while they were sleeping. And now we're all that's left. Maybe 30 of us. Pride goeth before destruction. I should be able to address most common problems. What's the matter? I can provide medical assistance. I can even use supplies that we have here. But I can't just sell what we have. I need to address problems as they arise. And most of those have to do with the sorrows or dead horses. Thank you. If I can help you in some other way, don't hesitate to ask. Father in the... Oh, right. He's some spirit the Sorrows used to believe in. Watched over them from the caves in the valley. They marked some of the caves around here because they think they'll be punished for going inside. I think as more of them learn the teachings of the new Canaanites, they'll lose their old superstitions. Oh? Oh. Of course. How stupid of me. They probably also think Mary is the mother and Jesus is the child. No wonder they picked up on things so easily. I guess it just goes to show how difficult it is to communicate sometimes. There's an old saying that goes, if you want peace, get ready for war. You've got me figured half right. I'll shoot dead any white leg that tries to creep into this camp. But it's only to protect the Sorrows. The Lord helps those who help themselves. But the Sorrows don't know how. Joshua and I do. Since I got them into this mess, I need to get them out. There is an important difference between killing in defense and waging war. Even a Gentile like you should know that. Joshua is a living Bible of all mankind's miseries of war. The debt he has levied through his actions, he repays every day. He is a monument both to God's unending forgiveness and to humanity's unfathomable capacity for cruelty. It's written on every inch of his body. When you look at him, do you only see a man of God? Beneath those bandages, he is burned flesh. As he burns, so does he consume everyone around him. Joshua wants to fight because the Whitelegs have stoked the naked flame inside of him. You see the light, but do not yet feel the heat. I can pray that you never will. But it isn't up to me, and it isn't up to God. It's up to Joshua. Well, I'll be. I was starting to lose hope we'd be able to get any of this, much less all of it. Tribals are smart, but, well, they're ignorant. Letting go of a taboo is difficult for them. So I knew it would have to be one of us. Turns out all it took was a Gentile, or, no offense. These supplies are a godsend. But if we're going to evacuate Zion without drawing more white-leg attention, I need you to go back into the valley. Specifically, I need you to scout out some locations for Whitelegs and try to recover a map of Grand Staircase, a wilderness area to the east. There's also the matter of the roads. We're going to be heading out of the east side of the park, but I'm not sure the way is clear. I appreciate the enthusiasm. There aren't a lot of people in the wasteland with kindness to spare for anyone who isn't kin. Since you've been poking around the valley, you might see more activity from the Whitelegs. One of the Sorrow's hunters, Waking Cloud, has volunteered to help guide you through the valley. She has a special talent for staying out of sight. After this, it's just a matter of getting everyone out of here safe and sound. And hopefully you can head back to the Mojave without any more trouble.
Jangle. Well, here we part ways. I'm needed back at the Dead Horse's camp. Maybe I'll see you there sometime. I will. Good gonen, Akis.
Okay. Okay, so we've got a lot we need to accomplish. But there's also a little something I would like to do. You see, I'm rethinking this whole thing, because what we're basically dealing with here. What is happening? What we're dealing with here is a situation where I keep picking stuff up, but like I said, anything we pick up in this DLC, Honest Hearts, will have to leave in this DLC. So, it's not quite as easy as we all think it is. Okay. We need to get to the other side of the river here. I'm not really seeing a way to do it. There's a specific set of armor I want to pick up. So as I'm thinking about this challenge, and am I making this all up as I go along? Maybe a little bit, you guys, you got to kind of figure it out. It started out as do all 4 DLCs, use no items from the Mojave, but you can bring items from various DLCs into the next one. That's how it started. But now I'm thinking I'd like to enter each DLC naked, with no items on me. Sounds pretty good, right? But then I started thinking, well, what if I could bring just one item from the previous DLC into the new one? You know what I mean? What if I can bring just one item? What item would that be, right? Makes you start to kind of think, what item would I bring from this DLC into the next one? It's a tough choice. It's a tough choice. I mean, on one level, I'm like, this war club. This war club is the greatest weapon, especially when I put points into melee. This war club is like the best weapon in the game. It is so fast at swinging. DPS 91, and that's with 18 damage. Imagine if I put some skill into melee weapons. Suddenly, this thing is, I mean, it's just, and it like makes people stumble. It's crazy. It's crazy how good this war club is. Oh, we need some water. So yeah, sometimes I think maybe I want to bring the war club with me into the next DLC, because like I said, what if you could only bring... Wait. Okay, this is the one I want to repair. If you could only bring in one item from the DLCs. I mean, a part of me thinks, oh, I could bring this sweet gun. Part of me thinks, maybe my war club would be nice. Or maybe a sweet set of armor. There's a lot of options. So I'm going to keep thinking about that. Thinking about different things I can possibly bring into the next... Am I almost out of stim packs? Okay. Great. The next DLC, though, is going to be a tough one. Shit. So we're not going to go over the entire story of the father in the cave, but it's a pretty amazing story. It's really about a survivalist who was like a military guy who got stuck in Zion when the bombs dropped, and he ended up just living in this caves, and he ended up like meeting up with other groups of people, and he has this whole sad, drawn out history. It's pretty beautiful in its own way. I definitely recommend checking it out. We're not going to be covering it here on this channel. That would be for another time. Let's look at this armor, though. This is essentially my favorite armor in the game. So we get 20, so that's, what is that, 60T, so 22, okay. It is medium armor. I normally wear light armor, but that is just so cool. That is just such cool armor. So maybe I decide I want to take this armor with me into the next DLC. That would actually be foolish, because the next DLC I'm thinking of has really nice armor available already in it. So we wouldn't need to do that. What DLC would you do next? Every single DLC I have to enter naked as the day I was born, only bringing one item from the previous DLC with me. And when I first entered this DLC, the one item I chose was the Vault 13 Canteen. So I get to keep that one. That is locked in. I get to keep the Vault 13 Canteen. But I haven't chosen what... Oh, shit. Oh. Okay. Okay. Thought I was dead. Thought I was a goner for a moment there. Let's see what we have in our quest log. We need to go do a little more exploring. Mostly just Glory Cave. Oh no, we have like 3 main quests we have to do. Okay. Got it.
Daniel said that I was to travel with you until you have completed your scouting. Is this pleasing to you? Before we depart, our shaman, White Bird, asked me to convey his desire to speak with you. He did not say, White Bird is notoriously close-lipped, but he is wise, and you would do well to speak to him.
So White Bird, the shaman, he wants me to eventually get myself a Yaoguai claw, which is fine. I mean, obviously we wouldn't bring the Yaoguai claw with us. It's not better than the War Club in my mind, but I wonder if it gives me any permanent buffs, because if I cannot bring items from one DLC to the next, then the best thing I can bring to the next DLC is going to be experience, level, perks, and any permanent buffs I could get. I'm not sure if the Yaoguai claw quest ends up giving me a permanent boost or buff to my character. I'm not sure, but let me know in the comments below if that's a thing. And let me know in the comments below, what is the next DLC I should go to in your mind? What DLC do you think is going to benefit me the most to go next? For now though, I think we're going to call it an episode. I know it wasn't that long of an episode, but I'm trying to keep these a little shorter, a little nicer. In the next episode, we'll run around all of Zion's, doing a bunch more quests. Like I said, Honest Hearts is the easiest DLC, and in my mind, it's the shortest. We've only got a couple more episodes of this left until we move on to the next DLC. Hey, you guys, check out the Johnny Guitar channel, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everybody is happy and living their best lives.
I know you are eager to leave Zion, but perhaps you might find peace if you stayed. Think about it.
I mean, honestly,
Yes?
if it was just me, I would stay in Zion's. I would destroy the White Legs, and I would stay here, and I would never go back to the Mojave, but that's just me speaking. Thank you guys for watching the Johnny Guitar channel. We will see you next time we play Fallout New Vegas DLC Challenge.